What's that noise? Your money's Is that supposed to hurt? You're only making me angrier!
That's the best news I've heard all week. Come on then, give it to me. Ah, Ness got to you, didn't she? Alright. 100 coins should do it, right? Oh no. I've spent my entire life on the road and I've seen some shrewd traders. You, kid, are not one of them. Here's 100 coins, and be glad I didn't call the guards on you for running contraband. If only. I can't get a hold of Brandon, and it seems he gave the order to keep me here. Precisely in this damn spot. But you know, if I stay here any longer, some of these geezers may actually drop dead. Don't get me wrong. I quite like this place. The air is crisp. The sea is calming. It's true. The company could be better. But I wouldn't mind living here one day. Only a keeper is allowed to own property in the Horns of the South. I looked it up. It's an actual law, not just something Brandon made up so I wouldn't be breathing down his neck. So, unless I grow a pecker overnight, it'll never happen. I used to love it when I was younger. It felt like an adventure. Like I was a brave heroine venturing into the dangerous world. But it gets boring after a decade or two. Eventually, you start feeling like you haven't had time to sit down since the moment you left. The dangers of the road stop becoming exciting. They become real. And before you know it, your entire life has slipped through your fingers. Life goes by so fast when you're always on the move. You keep thinking you have time for everything, until you don't.
Great work! I've got another job for you. Fingerless Comb is wanted for killing 2 keepers. I'll show you on the map where he might be hiding. I'm impressed. Would you like to track down more vermin? Senan the Giant robs travelers on the roads, and if he's not satisfied with the contents of their purses, he cracks their heads open. Here, I've marked where you can find him on the map. I'm slowly running out of bandits in the area, but I've still got something for you. Silent Cillian. She got that nickname because she likes to silence people by slitting their throats. You should find her in this area. I've got something special for you. Bromhar No-Face of the Del Rita. That savage cut down an entire unit of Camelot infantry. Killing him would greatly benefit the capital. As always, I've marked his last known location on the map.
I figured it out! I figured it out! The mistletoe. Oh, how could I have been so blind this whole time? It's obvious, don't you see? They weren't laughing at me, do you see? They were telling me to embrace the part that I play in the world. The part that we all play in the world. Listen, mistletoe was their sacred plant, right? We know it's a parasite, and in extreme situations can even kill the tree on which it grows. Why would you worship a parasite? I finally got it. They realized that if everything goes well, it has minimal effect on the tree. Sometimes it's even able to give something back. Even better, it's evergreen, so birds can feed off it in winter. And even though it's poisonous to humans, druids were able to make medicine out of its fruits. Do you see? It's so obvious that it's no wonder the answer eluded us all. It's not about the mystical arts, the scrolls, or the rituals. That's all smoke and mirrors. It's about observing nature and drawing the right conclusions. Mistletoe feeds off the tree, but it doesn't just take, it gives back, just like we all do. We always take from something. The trick is to give back more than we take. That's meant to be our role in the world. Yes, it's about understanding our place in the world as parasites, but useful ones. There's no more knowledge to gain besides what's already here. The trick is, we need to learn to see it. Ah, this is my new quest. Thank you for initiating this discovery.
The museum holds a collection of 72 items of the so-called movable, tangible heritage. The collection includes big and small items that represent the world surrounding the keepers of the Horns of the South, from the 1st to the 6th century of the Avalonian era. Here you will find militaria, craft tools, everyday objects, furniture, textiles, coins, religious artifacts. I'd say all exhibits are worthy of your attention, but I could point you to the ones I personally think to be the most notable, or subjectively, of course, the most interesting. Those would be the items that used to belong to Sewell Firstfoot. We have his signal horn, and also his boots. Those boots were the first to touch Avalonian soil. What is also worth mentioning is the tableware used by King Arthur himself during his visit to the Horns of the South in the year 15 of the Avalonian era. It is indeed an interesting exhibit. The horn was used by Sewell during wartime, not only for signaling, but also for intimidation. It is 50 centimeters long and made of the horn of an ox. It is the color of yellowed bone, with some ash-gray discoloration on the narrow end. It has a brass mouthpiece and silver fittings on its wider side and at the middle. The shape of the fittings suggests that the horn was hanging on a leather strap, which unfortunately has not survived to this day.
You? Ah, shit. Another mouth to feed. Teargas must have been off his rocker if he thinks I can feed everyone with the little he gives me. I'm serious. If we don't open the keep soon, we'll have to start eating rats. Not that I can't cook them in a way that makes you think it's chicken. Oh, this is new. Maybe we'll get along after all. The dimwits here never want to learn, only eat. It's a good thing you didn't start with calm down, or I'd have shoved my cleaver up your arse. Yeah, I'm pissed off. Because our gracious sovereigns recently decided to let in a bunch of refugees from the villages. They say they're running from the weirdness, but who knows, really? So now I have even more hungry mouths to feed. And since the captain ordered the letdown of our keep, the supplies are dwindling a lot faster than I'd like. Of course, I can make you 1,000 different dishes based on fish and krauts. But come on, even the keepers need some variety in their lives. Wow, an adventurer, are you? Ah, I'm good for now. But if you find something interesting, you can drop it off here. And, as a sign of goodwill, I'll allow you free reign of my kitchen. If you need to cook something, go ahead.
Did you hear something?
Company. Is that supposed to hurt? You're finished. I'll make you pay for that. Is that supposed to hurt?
Why won't you die already? What are you talking about? Are you insane? This is a weird worm, the biggest I've ever seen. I almost smashed it into the ground, but the damn thing just won't die. And I, Growler of the Sven tribe, must kill it or die with honor. Sobder. I know that name. Ah, the half-wit. Oh no, this won't do. There's too much emotion. I have to do something about it. Fight, you animal!
What's that noise? Is that all you've got? Is that all you've got? I'll make you pay for that. You've made a big mistake.
It's you. Do you have any news about my brother? That's good. I'm sad, but also relieved. I know our ancestors will welcome him as their equal. Please, take this axe. It belonged to my brother. He gave it to me for safekeeping. Well, he won't be needing it anymore. And you've proven your bravery. Thank you for going after him when I couldn't. Therov can make sparkles. No one else in the camp can do that. I saw Therov's magic once. He used it to kill a man during a raid. Poof! There wasn't much left of him. He looked like a roast pig. Therov once talked about a whisper in the dark. That he wants to follow that voice and kill it. Sounds like it could be a decent fight. I don't understand much. He's pissed off because he has to sit on his ass in camp. Because those are the orders, to sit here and keep watch. And he wanted to slay a monster, the Whispering One. But he can't. That's all. They call me Sobder. I made my tribe proud when I was a child. My father let me in the woods for a night. Wolves came. When he came back for me in the morning, I was already making a burrow in a wolf's belly, with these very nails. I really miss my brother. He's as proud of me as our tribe is of him.
My peace. I'm invincible. Back to your hovels, coward. I've had worse. Tis but a scratch. I'm invincible. You'll pay for that insult. Tis just a flesh wound. Such a cheap shot. Blow for blow. Hold your ground, men. get you back tenfold. Fall to my sword. Blow for blow.
Oi, keep your hands where I can see them. You've got balls to come here, but one wrong move and you'll lose them. Ah, that son of a bitch. I once smacked him in the mouth after he tried to sick his wolves on me. Bloody ghostly shite. Pfft. You also play around with filthy magic like your friend? Good, but don't think that'll make me like you. What are you doing here? Then you have a problem, because the temple now belongs to One Eye, and he told us to sit here on our arses and make sure no one goes inside. So, you're not going inside. But I really hope you'll try. At least I can warm myself up by chopping off your head. While you're here, why don't you make yourself useful? I'm sitting here like some wimp as if I pissed off Matire herself, and I can't even go hunting. But you, I see, have arms, legs, eyes, and even a weapon. There's loads of game around, and I need you to kill a bear, and bring me its pelt and its claws. Good. Not only have you proven that you're willing to put in the work, but more importantly, you've proven that you're about as competent as a teenager from our tribe. That means I can share the effects of my tribe's craftsmanship with you. I'll have to admit that, for a stray, you're not half bad with that iron of yours, even though it's crap. There's no better iron than a Riata axe. Tell you what, I'll teach you how to make one. And if you do good, I might even tell Vran that you're not the worst of the strays. Our leader, and soon the leader of all Dalriata. He doesn't piss about trying to make deals with Camelot, but fights for what we're owed, with fire and iron. He will unite all the tribes, and then we'll march on the capital. No. One Eye is in the temple, and as I already said, you're not going in there.
Grodir died from your blade? You did the right thing, according to Delrita custom. You're earning Therov's respect. So be it. Still doesn't tell me anything. First, you showed up here like a dimwit. Now you're walking around camp like it's nothing. I look into your eyes and I don't know whether you're made of steel or you're just a fool. But you're here, and Sobdair didn't chop you to pieces with his axe. The runes, they seem to favor you, even though you're an outsider. I guess that has to be enough, for now. It's still more than you should expect. If you need something, talk to Varan. She's in charge. The woman. The runes were speaking truth. Astray defeated the one who whispers in the mist. You're not a Delrita, but you have Therov's respect. That's something not everyone can do. But you've proven that you're not everyone. Though Therov is angry that you killed him. Therov never asked for anything. The Stray asked about Mistbearers, so I answered, as honor demands. That you caught the prey before Therov, I have to live with. There would have been a lot of talk about it in feud. That's what Therov is angry about. Honor demands that Therov share his knowledge during a hunt. I could see in your eyes that you're going to try. I was ready to tell you everything I knew. I did the right thing. I've gained Mater's favor. That means a lot. That's a lot of good you've brought me.
Well, a good craftsman would have made solid armor, but we don't have any here.
You son of a... Don't you listen to Therov? You ever seen his bare arse? He glows in the dark. But that's what magic does to you, damn food filth.
Ulfr, The runtiest dogs always bark the loudest.
What was that, you sparkly whelp? The whole of Thud is an insult to the Dalariata? Finally, we agree on something.
Magic up your arses.
Not on your life, dimwit. My tires shall damn the lot of you long ago.
The loot is yours to do with as you will. But I swear, if you take it to Ugve, then that's what you'll do, and it's none of Therov's business. As you wish. What of it? The Delrite are not Camelot. We don't make women wear frocks and sit at home. Our women have names, and if they have names, it means they earned them like all other Rita. Varan was chosen by One Eye, and One Eye doesn't make mistakes. At least she's a proper woman, not like that slave from the temple. I don't need to tell you anything. Just wait and see for yourself. When the South is free from Arthur's dogs, as it should be. Maybe she'll be exchanged, maybe she'll stay. One Eye will decide. But as long as she's here, we'll make use of her, even though she's weak and nameless. Why did fate send her to the south? It must have been her destiny. She's lucky to be alive. If we didn't take over the temple, those Camelot bandits would have gotten to her. Her ancestors were not Delrita, so she's not Delrita. It's a bad life, there's nothing good about it. But at least she wasn't slaughtered by her own people. Even if you're not from the tribe, you still have a life. Nameless life is not worth much, but it's still life. You are your name. It says everything about you. That you are strong and honorable enough to receive it. Nobody in the tribe, whether boy or girl, has a name chosen for them. Names need to be earned. Go. Bring glory to your ancestors. Therov will be waiting.
Oh, look at you. We all thought you were a madman, or just saft in the heat to go snooping around a camp like that, and now here you are. So, you want something, or you just came here to stare? The temple now belongs to the Delrita. Nobody goes in unless I say so, and you don't strike me as a godly sort of person. What do you want from there anyway? I don't know how far you've travelled here, but you've wasted your time. You won't find any priestesses here, unless you count the slave. I don't. They were all killed by bandits long before we showed up. Bloody Camelot. They don't even give a shit about their own gods. One that's bad luck. I'd tell you to stay away, but I doubt you're gonna meet her anyway. One Eye rarely lets her out of his sight. Spoken like you were born and raised in Timberwall. Why should I even bother talking to you? I know of him. I heard he's a decent warrior, but he's no Volker, so I can't tell you any more than that. Aye, that and I've no time for bullshit, so keep it short and sweet unless you want a taste of my axe. I should tell you that because... No or no, no any more. If Camelot wants it back, they're welcome to try.
not bad. Not really good either, but definitely not bad. It's good to know you're not as incompetent as the rest of your tribe. I'll make sure Vran knows about this.
My men tell me you've been nothing but helpful since you came here. Good. I'm impressed. I must say you've proved yourself worthy of walking among us. One eye would definitely like to meet you. You may enter the temple as a friend of the Del Reader. May Mother grant you an honourable death.
We need to agree on a plan. Camelot will soon realize that something is wrong.
Don't fret. The Dalriada value honor over life. And we gave you our word.
Aren't you aware that taking the temple was the worst possible idea? This will only quicken Camelot's intervention. If they send Galahad...
You'll treat him like any other enemy of the tribes. And taking control of the temple was inevitable.
Why? Because you don't like the Old Mother? Or was this meant to be a provocation to warrant Camelot's invasion?
We believe in the same goddess, but we call her Mirror.
That doesn't answer my question.
I thought I heard something. You must have a lot of courage to come all the way here. Before I kill you, tell me, how did you manage to do it? So you're telling me that using force to break through was your choice? Curious. I can only thank you for weeding out the weaklings out of my ranks. They call me One Eye. If you went to the trouble of coming all the way here, I guess you must be looking for me. The captain isn't my prisoner. He is my guest. And I don't need to plan on dying today.
There, calm down. If he wants to talk to me, let him talk. What brings you here? I'm doing business, but we should start from the beginning. Who's asking? Let me think. You came in here like you own the place. You don't even introduce yourself. And you already want something from me. Brave? Or stupid? Because that's not how you do business. At least not with me. Caradoc? I haven't heard that name for a very long time, but I do remember that years ago, I gave him a set of our pins. I see you wearing one now. But you don't look like a knight. And knowing him, I doubt you took this pin off his corpse. So, with that out the way, what brings you here? Galahad! That madman's coming here. Damn it. I met him once. He's no knight. He's a butcher. Bloody windfucker will fly from Camelot to the Horns just to hang half the garrison for whatever he himself perceives as disobedience or treason. And I can assure you, there won't be any investigating when he arrives. Oh, well, I knew I couldn't deceive them forever. See, I told you that if you didn't leave the damn temple alone, there'd be trouble.
He's welcome to come here.
Oh, I can't take it anymore. Do you see what I have to deal with here, Don't tell me you're that naive. Do you know how he got the moniker The Pure? He somehow got it into his thick head that evil is rampant everywhere and that it's best to purify it with fire. So he goes around setting everything on fire. Sure, it's pure afterwards because there's nothing left. Well, apart from the ashes of burned corpses, obviously, but that's not something anyone in Camelot cares about, is it? My arse is purer than that fellow, even right after I take a huge dump.
I cannot wait.
See? Both of them are crazy, mad as coots. And unless one of them comes to his senses, the entire South will go up in flames. It will be purified, that's for sure. But I don't plan on dying for Camelot's moronic ideas. You know jack shit, yet you keep on yapping. Come on, put a lid on that fake chivalry of yours. Maybe I don't have a very traditional approach to leadership like Fergus does, but everything I do is for the good of my men. Who do you think persuaded those Camelot snobs to finance the rebuilding of the lighthouse under the guise of restoring the splendor of the South? Me, of course. And I was using that money to stockpile our supplies and strengthen our defenses. I mean, who the hell needs a second lighthouse? Why was it built in the first place? If any northern nobles had ever deigned to move their asses to the south and think about it for 5 seconds, they'd have come up with it themselves, wouldn't they? I'm not sure if this is the right time and place for a lecture about the geopolitics of Avalon. What do you think? Striking a deal with the tribes is the only way for the Horns of the South to regain its former glory. With their fearless army and reserves of Weirdstone, combined with my business sense, we'll soon make the South independent of those leeches from the capital. If we allow the Del Rida tribes to settle in the South, they'll become a military force all of Avalon will have to reckon with. There will be no more bandits, no more crippling taxes for Camelot. People will be able to peacefully live out their days, no matter how many they have left. This is the only sensible solution. Only through an alliance with the tribes will we regain peace and independence. They'll take care of the fighting and I'll deal with the economy. The people of the South will finally be safe. No more hunger, no more waiting for the lordships in Camelot to kindly turn their coiffed heads in our direction. No more of our blood spilled in raids by desperate bandits. But that's enough talking for now.
Tell him about the crypt.
Why?
Anyone who found a way to get through my men deserves to know. Some people are swayed by arguments, but others need something more tangible. Your vision alone wouldn't persuade any of my people to fight, but I just needed to show them the crypt. And I quickly understood who has always been the true enemy.
I don't really have a choice, do I? In the sunken village, you'll find the entrance to Seawald's crypt. Everyone knows the story about the bad Druids who sealed and flooded the place, which is true, but only up to a point. Well, It just so happens that my companion here broke those old seals and replaced them with his own.
Take the sigil.
Behind the statue, you'll find a place where it fits. You'll see that the story is a little different from what we've been telling ourselves. And if that doesn't convince you that the foundations upon which Camelot were built are more the colour of shit than ivory, nothing ever will. You can get into bed with Galahad for all I care.
Go there. See it with your own eyes. Then come back to us. I know we can count on your help.
With our initiative, hmm?